fam and friends. We're officially here still, I think, on day 1,594 in a row of the longest running daily show. Joanne, get the stupid chair out of here. What are we doing? Trying to do a show. We got the laser engraver here on the ground in the studio tonight as we start the program. This is the longest running daily show on the planet, 1,594 days. And wheezing over here with Joanne. Anyway, guys, obviously I'm rushing to try to get on the air before we lose the streak. And the streak is still intact. With less than 47 seconds left in day 1,594 in a row, I hit the air. And we're here now. Saturday Night Live. Guys, comedy night. I think we're gonna play a bit, okay? Because I got a crazy day ahead tomorrow. Yeah, it's Mother's Day, but I'm gonna be in the freaking car. My daughter, field hockey. Let me go play field hockey. On Mother's Day, what are we talking? You doing field hockey on Mother's Day? I wanna be here with the mother of my daughter that wants to go play field hockey. You know? Field hockeying it. New Jersey. So hold on, I'm not. So that means I gotta get up, cracking the dawn, butt cracking it, Jersey style. You know, she better win. You know, I thought too, how funny, not funny, would it be if we drove all the way the 2.5 hour drive to Jersey and they're like, oh, we don't have enough players. We're not gonna be able to field a team out there. Excuse me, elbow, neck in the neck chops. I'm neck chopping people if I get to Jersey tomorrow and they're like, sorry, turn back around and go back to Connecticut. We don't have enough girls for the field hockey team. You know, Joanne, I think we're gonna have to go to work on this one. You know, we're gonna have to figure out. I'm Phillips head screwdrivering it, and we got the job done. You know, when you got a Phillips head screwdriver and you're just kind of screwing it, you know, I'm just saying that's a good day for you. Guys, we're here, we're getting into it. I told you we have a laser engraver. You see it here on the ground, but that's the enclosure that I created for the laser engraver. I'm gonna show it to you in a few minutes. We have a Matt Zabrowski deal over here. He's about to woo-hoo you. And if you're not sure what a woo-hoo is, don't go anywhere. Zabrowski's about to hit you with it. All right, oh, here we go. He wants to. Oh, wow, there's something to live for. Dance around. Something to die for. Something to live for. Something to die for. Try again. Something to live for. Up here for Zabrowski so he can woo-hoo the hell out of the show. Oh, throw it to you? Right? You know, it's a good day when Matt Zabrowski woo-hoos you on command. That's the day, really. Joanne, we have a guitar here, and we have what's called the BeatSeat, the first drum in the world for guitar players. I invented and patented it. It's right here. I'm going to sit on it. And we're going to start the show. So, here's where we are. Let me get this going here. There we go. Why isn't that? I got one speaker working. Joanne, what are we doing over here? You know why? I yanked the freaking hell out of the wire. That should work now. Yep, see, now we got a double speaker deal. I'm happy about that. So guys, I do have to get myself situated for this ridiculously stupid long drive tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a piece of comedy. If you head over to YouTube or Rumble, you can see this on green screen. It's where it was created. I think I'm going to play you guys the Shark Tank episode. I was on Shark Tank recently. And not to brag or anything, but they said it was the greatest episode ever. You know. So if you guys don't know about Moink yet, if you haven't purchased your shirts, your Go Moink Yourself shirt, you know, I'm going to lay it out for you. 25-minute episode, Shark Tank style. Mark Cuban wants to invest. You know, Mr. Wonderful, he was like, I'm in. No, I'm sorry. I'm not doing a chat testament. You know? Oh, yeah, a chat testament. Freaking camera went off on me, guys. What are we talking about over here? You know, 2023. Camera stays live for 30 minutes and then it shuts off. But guys, when Barbara told us about her personal issues, that was a big deal. That was brave, you know, for her to go out there and tell us about her libido like that, Moink style. So if you guys want to learn about Moink and get your Moink on YouTube, what's that? No, Joanne. Joanne said, can I go on set and watch from the side, like right next to Cuban? No. Mark Cuban does not want to hear your wheeze. You know, he's there. He's trying to listen in to the next big company for the investment pitch. Wheezy McGee back there. You know, Cuban gets right the freaking hell out of there. He's like, I'm done. I can't invest in another company if Joanne's here. I get it. So guys, I'm popping it on for you. This is called Shark Tank. Go Moink Yourself. It's the time that I got basically all 5 sharks to offer. They all wanted to do a deal, you know? And you'll see why in a minute. It's because the product was so, like, it's just the scalability of the product, the Moink product. There's really not anything better than a Moink. You'll see. I'm going to play it for you. And guys, in case you're wondering what this show is, this is live comedy, live music, and the moment taking place. There's never been a script, and I've been live here 1,594 days in a row, long form. And we're about to play one of the pieces of content that's created itself in this process here. Oh, you know what? We have the Coming to America episode, too. That is pretty sick. But we're going to stick with Shark Tank. I've been feeling about watching. I wanted to watch this for about a week or two. So, this is live stream of consciousness comedy. If you guys are down with stream of consciousness comedy, you found the right place. I've been creating feature films and comedies like this for 4+ years every single day, and 8 feature films. Back to the FutureMark. Batmark versus Supermark. Stuck on Mars. The Worst Coach Ever. Three's Company, The Breakup Artist. Johnny and Amber, the Fairy Tale Nightmare. I don't know. I have a few more movies I've created, but they're all up on my YouTube channel. Hope you'll check them out. This is a Moink special. So, here we go. Guys, popcorn. Popcorn. Can we get it on? Joanne, can you do me a favor and keep the wheeze down? There we go. Did I not turn it on? Joanne! God almighty. You know, it's there. I just can't find the button because... There we go. Guys, and I'm in the way? What are we talking about over here? I got to switch this to this. There we go. Because that scene is with the stand-up. It's not set up for doing the Shark Tank episode. Here we go. Hope you enjoy it. And where's the volume? You know, Joanne, you do nothing. Oh. Go Moink yourself. I'm flipping the camera for you, TikTok. I'm going into pitch right now, really nervous. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm hoping that they're excited about moinking. It's the newest trend. You guys will hear about it soon. I'm going to do a pitch in a few seconds here. But I'm really excited. I'm just nervous. This is the first time I've ever pitched like this in front of sharks. So like, I don't know if they're going to just chew me alive or if they're going to be like, moinking is the most exciting thing since freaking hula hoop. And it is. But I got to first go and make my case. So I'm heading in now, guys. Wish me luck. Thanks. I'll see you soon, all right?
How will Moink make out in the shark tank?
Hi, sharks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of Moink. What's that? Moink? What is Moink? When you get your friggin' Moink on, everybody's excited. Let me tell you a little bit about it. When you go out with friends and you're like, hey, what are we gonna do later? Like, dude, get a friggin' Moink. And everybody's like, I want a Moink. Where do you go? 1995. Look, you have to use, we'll call 1-800 number, and we'll give you a freaking Moink. So look, that's the whole business, really. And like, who's on board? Who wants to be on the Moink train, you know? Some people are a little nervous about getting on the Moink train because they don't know what it is. The bottom line is this. Do you remember the 60s? Yeah, I remember. I know you do, Mr. Wonderful. Remember back in the 60s when people were banging it out? That's what the Moink is about here, 2023 style, because we couldn't really get it off the ground 2019, Plan Demaroo, and now instead we're reeling it back. We brought it back in, and people are getting their Moink on for the first time ever. I'm sorry, what's that, Barbara?
I find you enormously abrasive. I feel as though you don't have the capacity to listen.
No, Barbara, you can't just ask me questions like that when I'm trying to do my presentation. Okay, you want to ask me questions during the presentation? How about you let me present first before you start asking me questions about valuation? Oh, you're asking for $50 million for 1.5%. How did you get that valuation, Mark? How about you shut your friggin' hole till I finish, my presentation? And then you could ask your questions. And I'll lay it out for you. I'm gonna give you all the detail, Barb. What's that?
Your biggest danger is underestimating how successful you could be and what you're gonna need to get there. You need me?
No, Barbara, I'm sorry. I thought you were on like a one-on-one friend basis now. Like you're investing in Moink. And when you do invest in Moink, all of a sudden I can call you Barb, you know? I didn't know I'd be offending you in the moment. I'm sorry about that. Look, bottom line, sharks, who the frig's on board to get their Moink on? Mr. Wonderful, I'm sorry.
You may not like this offer, but I'm going to make it anyway. I would want some kind of cash flow in the form of, maybe I'd make it debt or maybe I'd make a royalty.
No, this isn't like a debt deal, okay? You want to make it a debt deal. Look, I'm going to structure this with a debt slash umbrella plan. You want to do a traveler's insurance? I don't need a traveler's insurance plan to, deal with Moink. When you're out there on the streets of Michigan and you're doing it, and everybody's like, tell me a little bit about Moink. And you're like, no, you gotta get the Moink on. And you do the dance. That's when everybody goes wild. They all wanna be on board. They all wanna get their Moink products. So we came out with our very first shirt. Go Moink yourself. And look, if you have a problem with that one, then you're not a Moink, connoisseur. You want to be a Moink connoisseur, then you know that Go Moink Yourself is like the foray into the brand, positioning. I'm sorry, what's that, Cubes?
Just for calling me Cubes, I'm out.
Now, I will call you Cubes, okay? Because your name is Cuban, and I'm a shorter than, longer name guy. I'm gonna give you the acronym, okay? You're Cubes. And listen, all I have to tell you, Cubes, is that we're making big ducats here on, on Moink. And when you have Moink, you got money. That's not one of our other bumper stickers. When you got Moink, you got money. Because think about it, 60s when you were moinking, like babies being born, everybody's getting moinked.
Create your hybrid cloud your way. That's HPE GreenLake.
Forget what you've heard about options trading. Wall Street just does not want to share the.
Look, I'm just painting a picture for you guys, sharks. If you want to invest in the hottest company in the world right now, getting your Moink on, the valuation's clear to me. Yeah, but you guys, I know you want a little bit more, so let me give you the t-shirt number 2. Get the moink out of here, you know what I mean? And then what you're doing is you're telling them that they can't moink where they are. Like, you can't moink here. You gotta moink somewhere else, you know? And again, we're trying to be safe moinkers while we're also supplying more moinking, you know? So it's like more moinking, but safe moinking. So look, that's our product here. Do you have any specific questions for me as the inventor of moinking? Moink Mondays. That's another one we're doing now. There's 10% off on the website if you want to get into the Moink Mondays, you know, routine. Look, I'm just letting you know about the kind of the specifics of our website on moink.com. And remember, this is a kind of moving product in a way. Okay, because we started with Moink, and we're gonna very quickly move over to Poink. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Poink. Poink is for your animals, okay? And when they're going out there to procreate in order to make new species.
You are remarkably entertaining. I firmly believe that you'd be hugely successful if you did a comedy routine.
Okay, no, sorry. That one we'll leave out of this pitch, okay? You guys can ask me about poinking later. But right now, we'll stick to moinking, okay? Which is the maternal, you know, version of poinking. Listen, we're doing it right now. We are cash positive. We've made $15.7 million in the first 7 days. Everybody's getting their moink on. Who's on board? Who wants to be the next moinker? We call people who, you know, who are part of the moink, you know, let's call ourselves an organization. How about that? The Moink organization. I was gonna say the Moink team, but we're more than a team, you know? Like, you guys bring so much to the table. That's why I'm here today. I really want a deal. I'm not here like that guy, like, oh, he's killing it. He made $15.1 million in the first 7 hours. So he doesn't really want a deal. I do want a deal. I'm here to do a deal because I need the expert tutelage from you guys, you know? So look, I'm gonna lay it out for you. We're killing it, yes, but I need a shark in order to shark it. You know, like you could kill it, but wouldn't you rather shark it, which means you gnaw the freaking face off? I'm just saying that that's what I want from you guys. I don't want to just kill it and then it's like, oh, it's dead. You know, everything's dead. No, I want it to be a constant shark attack. And that's what I'm thinking. All 5 of you, we all get our moink on together. It's a group moinking, you know? And some people are like, wait a second, we're doing group moinking? Yes, that's part of the freaking program. Like, shirt number 3 was, if you're not down, get a group moink going. Yeah? And then people are starting to see it from that perspective. 2023. You know, you don't tell people what they are, who they could be, who they should be with, and you can say, why don't you all join and get a moink on, you know? T-shirt, 3rd one.
What are your sales?
We're killing on that one too. We made $747,243 in 7 seconds. Yeah. Look, when you got the most successful and cash positive business you've ever seen on Shark Tank, walk in here and say, I want to do a deal. You know, you guys say, where are the freaking deals? Let's throw them on the table for this guy. Let's go. Let's just put them on. And then I'm gonna sit there and just read them off. Okay, look, Barbara's offering $17.4 million for 1.5%. Right?
Tell us why it's up.
By the way, in all
50
transparency,
million.
I have a couple of these.
Highest valuation ever requested in the Shark Tank.
Just want to be clear I heard you properly.
Guys, my valuation's clear. You see what I've done. Sales, you know, boinking. You know? I got nothing else. That's all I know is that when people want to get their moink on, they're going to moink.com, you know? And they're putting in their order for a double moinking. That's another thing. The double moink. We're offering bonus points on the first moink. And then when you put it towards the second moink, and you pay the difference, double moink situation, you know? Look, that's just like the ultimate. If you can get a double moink, you know, then like everybody is excited. They really want to, you know, start telling their friends. They start buying apartments and like, you know, painting rooms. because of the moinking. They're hopeful that maybe that's going to lead to more. You know,
What problem is it actually solving?
guys, this is how we bring the world together, by moinking. So I don't think I could tell you any more about moink than I've done so far. So I appreciate you guys, and at this point, I will take questions. Sharks, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mark Pires. I am the inventor of moink. You may be saying to yourself, what the frig is moink? I'm going to tell you all about it right now.
It's one of the worst ideas I've ever seen. I'm out.
Mr. Wonderful, how could you be out before I even said, I didn't even tell you what the product was, and you're getting out already? Mr. Wonderful, you may be like a moinker. You don't even know if that's our, thing. When someone's into moinking, we used to call them a moinker. And if you're not a moinker before I even get through it, like I'm here, I'm trying to do it, give you the pitch. You won't even let me get through a pitch before I'm out. I'm Mr. Wonderful, I'm out. You're not so wonderful if you can't even let me finish my pitch first. What's that?
You guys are on top of the world. You were dominating.
Oh, Cuban, I appreciate you over here giving me cubes. Good guy. Listen, I'm going to tailor my speech directly to Cuban because I think I'm kind of pissed off now, Mr. Wonderful. I don't even want to look in your direction. All right? I'm doing it here to Cubes. Cubes, listen. Moink You is our first go-to product, when people are out on the streets and they're just trying to get the brand awareness, we have these t-shirts and the first thing you see is Moink You. It's just creating conversation. I know you know what that's like, social media style. You want to create a conversation with your clientele in order to build the business. Now, of course, our customer acquisition cost is less than $1 because everybody wants to get moinked. And when you're doing a moinking type of deal with the Sharks, maybe not Mr. Wonderful, but again, Cubes, moinking, listen, you should bring it up at a Dallas Mavs meeting. Guys, everybody ever heard of moinking? Have you guys been doing a moinkaroo? And then everybody's in, You get a, not a controlling, share, but you get a 1.5% of the business. Yeah, that's big money right there. Big money. But listen, I wanted to say something first of all, Barbara. I don't really appreciate the way that you just come to your valuation of the moink business without, first of all, hearing me out of why I think the valuation should be what it is.
Not for a second. But here's what we see again and again on Shark Tank, which always disturbs me. It's your approach to business, right? I see you as a cautious, respectful, intellectual guy, very bright, assessing, analyzing, but you forgot to take it out to market and see if there's even a demand there.
I can add a lot of value here, bringing this into my portfolio and making you a Shark Tank company.
Mr. Wonderful, with your stupid little I always noticed you do one of these, Mr. Wonderful, in every single picture. You have something, secret society stuff you want to tell us about? I'm part of a Testavan. Yeah, we know all about you. Be shut up. But what about, are you part of Illuminati? What are we doing? Look at every photo. I'm like this. Yeah, we know what that means. Listen, you're out anyway. I don't freaking care what you think of me with your Illuminati ties. Okay, look, guys, let's get back to brass tacks. Okay? Moink You. The first product. Second one is go moink yourself. That one, we went gold, platinum, double digits. When I got a call from the supplier, they were like, we can't, we don't even have any more fabric for this. I had to question them. I pressed them. How could you run out of fabric for a moink? People want to get moinked. So let me get back to this because Barbara, I know you're on freaking bated breath. You can't wait to learn more about moinking. Now, it is a process that involves your libido, first of all. I know that you're lacking that, Mr. Wonderful. You were thinking about getting into women's sports. We know, 2023. But look, Mr. Wonderful, that's you, okay? I'm still working with Cubes. I'm still working over here with Barbara. Barbara, let me ask you a question, if I'm allowed to ask questions of you guys. You're here asking me questions. I want to ask you questions. When's the last time you moinked? I'm here. I'm doing the moinking. I got the t-shirts. Go moink yourself.
I probably need this product more than any other woman on earth.
Are you looking to change your mood? Well, these are full spectrum infused gummies from Hello Mood. I've been trying mood products for about a month now, and all I can say is, wow, this is a great.
I haven't had a sexual thought in probably 30 years.
And you can't even, like, tell me why moinking is, like, not the best thing since Wonder Bread? You know, 62, 5 cents a freaking loaf. And now you're talking about my valuation. Inflation. Look, remember, when you have an inflationary tactic, and it has to do with Wonder Bread, but you're getting moinked? You know? I mean, look, you could say negatively, I got moinked, but like, don't you want to get moinked, Barbara? I mean, like at a certain point, maybe you're just not into it anymore. You're just like, I'm over getting moinked. But right now, this is a moinking situation. We're here doing a Shark Tank. Yeah, I know Kevin's here. He can, you know, we'll turn him in the other direction, Barbara. Okay. If you don't want to get your moink on, just because freaking Mr. Wonderful is here. What's that? No, you're not wonderful. I was joking. Didn't you see me do air quotes? Cubes. You saw me do air quotes, right? What is he talking about? I am wonderful. No, I was joking with you. Sarcasm. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful is like literally sarcasm. Everybody's laughing at you, Mr. Wonderful, not with you. Yeah. What's that? No, I don't care if they're laughing at me. That's the point of this, you know? No, Cubes, he's just being a jerk, okay? I get it. I'm the butt of the joke. You know, maybe if you guys were throwing deals at me instead of freaking complaints and more obstacles. Oh, what were your sales in 2019? We had the Plandamaroo. You know, what did you want me to do during the Plandamaroo when everybody can't get out there and moink? You know, there's no moinking when you've got to be social distancing, you know? Oh, sir, your business, how's it doing? Are you flourishing? No, I got to call the SBA. You got to help me out. I'm here. What's your business, sir? Moink. What's that about? Go moink yourself. You haven't seen the shirts? Oh yeah, no, I did see that. Right? What's that, Cuban? No, Cuban, look, you want to have controlling interest in the company? You got to pay big bucks, you know, or you can go moink yourself. You know, that's shirt too, remember. And if you're not going to be an investor in the company, you could at least be an investor in the company by purchasing a Go Moink Yourself shirt. You know? What's that green dress over there?
I think that the businesses that do really well right now are those that have a purpose.
You know, I appreciate your green dress. I do. It's nice neon green. That was a choice. That was a choice, you know. I wouldn't have gone with neon green. Like, you know, that's just me. Look, again, I'm here. I'm moinking, and I'm just looking for a partner. Like, who wants to get their moink on, you know? I mean, and again, you could be private with your moinking. This is a private business. What's that, neon? No, neon, you can't. Look, if you want to have like a taster / like, you know, let me see if I could get a product sample, I'm sorry. You know, I'm not only the product inventor, I'm also a client. Look, neon, this is a pyramid scheme. Okay, we're working on a pyramid scheme, but this one works. You know? Like, you guys had a problem with Madoff, but he did it right for a very long time. You know, he kept everybody in the dark. They're all like, I've got a lot of money. And then he just took it all. You know, that's what we're doing here sort of too with the moink. Everybody's in, they're thinking, look, I got a really good, you know, investment here in moink. And then you dropped the other shoe, you know? What's that, Cuban?
To everybody who's watching, don't buy it. I'm out.
No, Cuban, what do you mean you're out? Cuban!
I really don't know anything. Mark, sometimes your level of arrogance really pisses me off. I only say that you don't give people a chance. I wish I knew what their business was if you would let people talk.
This is the freaking deal of the century. Moink. Who cares if you're just rug pulling people? That's what we do best here. You must have missed my feature film, The Wolf of Crypto. It is available on YouTube to watch, where I rug pull everybody. What is that?
Won't want to be ya.
Well, no, I mean, it's one of my alter egos, you know, because I wasn't going to use my real social security number for that. So Peter Bishop went out and robbed everybody blind. And he's a multi-millionaire, Peter Bishop. Then, of course, offshoring it, I dropped those funds, that's right, into Moink. And now I'm moinking it, you know? But look, if you guys don't want to be, you know, like in and green neon, like you want to do you, whatever, you know? But like, I'm going to just continue to moink the freaking business, you know? I'm going to moink it into the ground if I have to. And if you guys don't want to be a part of it and green, neon, moink the system. You know, some people are like, I want to build a really successful business. I want to moink the freaking system. I moink the system. Everybody gets their moink on. You collect the profits. Bang, biggity, boo. You know? What's that, Neon? No, Neon, you won't get caught. There's no issues here. This is all above board. You know, people are buying a control, you know, in the company, which is just getting their moink on until they realize that it's like an Amish thing, you know? Sometimes you're not really expecting Lancaster to come into the picture, and all of a sudden you're there. You know? Lancaster, Pennsylvania, they're out in the freaking horse and buggy. And then you realize you got duped, you know? But look, if you guys aren't into getting duped with the Amish, and you get them thinking like they all of a sudden got some lottery ticket and they can now support their family by moinking, and now, you know, selling the moinking results to the public, I mean, that's on you guys. I just want to say one more thing before you know. Remember this face, okay? Especially you, Cuban, and freaking you, stupid. Yeah, I'm calling you stupid with the dumb head. Why don't you polish that freaking head before you go on camera? Let me ask, I needed to know this before Mr. Underhall. Do they, like, put a base on that stupid nog before you go out here for filming? Because you got to imagine there's a shine on that thing, you know? Get your shine box, you know, that type of deal.
You're a get the out of here.
Oh!
Hi everyone, Mark Barden here at Sandy Hook Promise. On December 14th, 2012.
Remember this face, all right? Because I'm going to be a success with Moink.
You. We're all like
I'm telling you, whether it was you or me or Robert or one of us, he was going to do that to somebody. It just happened to be you or the last guy. He's an idiot. He's a con artist.
Kevin, don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
Don't feel bad.
Look, I went in there, I gave him my all, I told him all about Moink, and I just couldn't get anybody on board. I don't know what else I could have said. You know, get your Moink on, go Moink yourself. You know, Kevin just seemed to be a real deterrent from the very top, and I just couldn't get over his negativity at the end of it. You know, Mark Cuban, I thought he was on board, like he was gonna invest, he was gonna put everything he had, all of his billions, behind Moink. Because he gets his Moink on, he's got a lot of kids, you know? And he didn't get on board. Barbara, a little frigid there, so I'm not surprised on Barbara. But freaking Neon, when Neon Lady was sat there and she's going, and she's asking me stupid questions, that's when I was like, I gotta get the freak out of here. I don't even want a deal anymore. No, of course I wanted a deal. You know, it really bothers me. I did everything I could in there. I did it all. And just I got nowhere except for here. You know, this is the walk of shame room. I get it. I'm on my way out the door. I'm going. And then you guys are gonna laugh. Oh, look, he went in here, he's gonna go get his Moink on all by himself tonight. No, I'm not. I got a group Moink going, okay? Told you guys about it. Nobody wanted to get in on the group Moink, but that again, that's on you.
The golden ticket goes to my favorite product.
I've made you a good offer.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is the winner.
Riding all the way to the bank, baby.
You've come to the right place.
Oh, Cube's coming to the right place, you know? Sometimes he's done it. Goodness, guys. So I got to be up in about 4.5 hours. On the road in about 5. 4.5 hours. Yeah, something like that. I want to show you guys something real quick. Check this out. So So I told you I had to create a enclosure for this engraver. Here, this is it. So I have the enclosure in there. Glass here on the top, which is kind of like a UV glass, so you can see the work as it's going. Here's my favorite part. Isn't that cool? And this is like engraved. This is like deeply engraved, like, I don't know, 1/4 inch. And then it's glass. I don't know if you can see the shine of the wood here. But this is my new product in order to help me make better BeatSeats. But I'll have the enclosure set up. Hold on, let me put it back. So it's funny, they make these enclosures, you can buy them on Amazon, they're like crappy. And I was like, why don't I just build it, you know? So adding the little engraving of the Mark and Pires thing at the top was pretty cool, for sure. You guys are awesome. Slivka, Pamela Swan, Virginia, S. Coop. Oh, goodness. We have liberty and freedom. Kill it and grill it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for kicking it with me tonight. I'm seeing if I missed anybody else. Virginia in the house. Trish Killian. I'm rolling back. Keith and Lisa May. Love when I see Lisa and Keith here kicking it with us as well. Guys, tomorrow I'll be back for Mother's Day for a short episode just to maybe play a quick song, for all the moms out there. If you guys can do me a favor and leave a comment after the show, make sure you hit the like. And tomorrow we will do something. Sorry, tonight's a short show and it was playing a Shark Tank episode, but I really love that bit. I think it's so funny, the whole Moink thing. And just in case you're here and you don't know the show, that was all live improvisation. There is no script. There was nothing. We just took a picture from Shark Tank and I just improvised all of that. Anything you ever see on my channel was improvised live in the moment. Whether it's the piece of music you're listening to, it's the comedy that you're hopefully laughing to along with, or the inspirational words that come out. It's all being improvised and all being, created live in the moment. I think to me this is just a true 100% art show. And if you like art, live art, someone painting in front of you, at a venue, you see, they'll hire an artist to paint, or there's a live band and they're creating a jazz piece in front of you or something like that. I'm thankful that the well has not dried out. Like, it's just filled to the brim with possibility. And every day we show up here without fear to dive into the waters and see how deep we can go. And I'm going to keep doing that, and hopefully it doesn't run dry ever. I hope it just continues to fill and new chambers open up so we can explore what I think is music that's never ever been heard. Because I've never been taught. I think the only way you can reach into new areas and create new forms of art is if you didn't have a teacher, if you are the teacher. And so I talk about writing the book. Don't be someone who feels that your timeline here should be filled with reading other people's books. And this is how you get through life, is by following what somebody else wrote in a book. But at some point they wrote that book. They were the master. You have to become the master of something. You have to become the master of your own life and write the book of you. It's going to be different than everybody else's, but it should be filled with the same emotion, the same depth, and confusion that we all feel. There's no difference between you and me. We look different, but inside of us we have the same thing. We have a heart that's beating. Everything else is chemical reactions and a DNA response or a DNA creation that happened in the moment here, by the way. You guys were all born in this moment. We were all born in this moment right here. And the distraction of everything, the distraction on the negatube, on, you know, the political divide, you know, I would say the continued barrage against society normal. It's taking a toll on those out there who truly want to just live in a peaceful world where people respect each other and don't have to change everything because there's a very, very small group of people that have feelings. We all have feelings. We just don't go around telling everybody to respect and call us different things because of those feelings. It's mental, especially when the feelings you have don't make sense. It connected everything to math. It's like your 2 + 2 will always be 4. But when you're in a room with people who are telling you that it's 5, and instead of striking that down and saying, no, it's not, it's 4, you know, you can think about your 5 wherever you want, go in the corner and talk about 5, but it's 4. Instead, we live in a society right now that says, yeah, no, guys, let's support this. It's 5. I know it's always been told that it's 4, like through time, but they got it wrong. You know, because there's more to it than just the reality. There's feelings involved. And so it's 5 because we really feel like it should be 5, you know, like if I feel like it's 5, then it's 5 because I am all important. I supersede time and reality and truth. It's the insanity, the self-centered insanity of the world we're living in today. The minority group, which is so freaking small, is the loudest voice in the room because they have the media. And everybody else who's like, what the fuck is that? They're just quiet because they're afraid of being canceled and being, you know, ridiculed and persecuted. But I heard something very interesting today, and it gave me resolve and also gave me more motivation to continue doing this. And it was a young lady who was talking about how none of these conversations were happening 6 years ago when she was graduating high school, but they are now. And what's important to understand is that my criticisms of how people want to change everything about society because of a minority group have nothing to do with anything but the fact that we are a society that runs based on the masses, not based on small groups of people. That you can't change societal structure because you're 10 people in a group of 1 million and you want things changed. It's always been swat those people aside, okay? Now we live in the world that those 10 people become the rulers and the creators of change that destroy society. The reason why they were always swatted aside is because their ideology is destructive. So when you have people amplifying, celebrating, applauding the insanity, instead of condemning it, then you really, really have a problem with the world. And right now, we're there. I can't tell you the amount of conversations I've had with people that are afraid to speak out because of the persecution. So young lady says, they're trying to kill God. in society today. They want us away from God. They want us to pretend God doesn't exist. And they want you to believe that the earthly pleasures and getting 1 million followers and all these crazy things that they're really trying to push right now have any meaning at all. And they don't. This is a breath. This is a wheeze from Joanne, our time here. It's a wheeze. And they want you to focus on getting all these amazing things with that wheeze. Oh, give up your soul for that wheeze, for that 1 million follows and whatever. Guys, I've been here for 1,594 days in a row because I refuse to do things for those earthly pleasures, for those, for the accolades, for the economic benefits. I do it for none of those things because I could very easily just say what they want me to say and open up a new platform called Mark Gregory Speaks or something like that, because that's my middle name, and just start doing something that's, liberal based, and just be like, yes, guys, you need to support this president. He's doing everything he can with that ridiculously strong mind of his, and like, I refuse to destroy my integrity for $1. So what she said is they want to cancel God and Jesus. There we go. Because the true salvation is what's beyond this. And if they can get you to give that up, they got you. And so what was interesting is the final word. She said, in the Bible it says, not just once, but like very, very often, that the truth speakers, the supporters of Jesus, the supporters of Yeshua, the supporters of the message of God, which is love and inclusion, true inclusion, that message is all we need to know, and they don't want you to know it. They want you to think it's fake. And if you are somebody who pushes out the message of God, the message of love, the message of peace and harmony, then you will be persecuted. You will be canceled. You will be threatened. You will have people hate you. And I thought about that. It's like, it makes perfect sense. Those that support love and harmony, those that support the connection to God, will be ridiculed and persecuted by those that are connected to the devil. And the devil, as we know, rules this planet. God is the creator of it, but the devil has control of it. And that's why people sell their souls in order to get the things they want on this plane here. I'm here to say, you don't need to do that. You don't need to ever sell your soul. If you want to do something, all you have to do is put your heart into it, and it will become. I've been here 1,594 days in a row. Never took guitar lessons. Nobody ever taught me how to write music. Nobody taught me how to sing. Nobody taught me anything. Nobody taught me how to be funny. If I'm funny, I don't know, because I don't have anybody in here laughing. Nobody taught me how to improvise comedy, or to do impressions, or to dig deep into my soul and pull out philosophy that potentially other people have said in the past in books that I never read. And so the reality is, your heart has a genetic code, a specific uniqueness that only you shine into the world, only you have. And I believe the distraction that we face on a daily basis is the complete game. And the distraction is to keep you away from this very moment where you were created, where the entirety of everything was created, and to stay as far away from this moment as possible for your entire life. And the only reason I feel like that's true is because this moment is where every song has been created. This moment is where every piece of comedy has been created, where every passionate and truthful word has been spoken for the entirety of time. It all happens in this very moment. And that's the eternity, is this moment here that we can't put our finger on because it's constantly moving, but it's still the moment. It's just always moving. And within that moment that's always moving is the creation of everything. For you, me, your kids. It all happened in this beautiful moment. Let's get there together every night. And remember, if you're out there and you are not persecuted and not hated, and you're not dealing with the criticism of the world, then you're probably not walking the path of God. And that was the last thing she said, and I said, whoa. So if you're not out there being hated on and persecuted, then you're probably not walking the path of God. Wow. I could tell you this, that there's only one truth. Nothing as amazing as you could be created out of nothing. I don't know the true depth of the, I would say, religious belief, but it's more of a mythology. But I would say that certain statues, certain figurines, certain physical items carry a value to us, and they connect us to the creator of all. And whether you believe in a specific religion or not, if you believe that that is the connection to your creator, then it is. Because we all were taught different things. We were all taught that there's a God, a specific God that our parents told us about, that they were taught about from their parents. And so we only know what we know. And when you're indoctrinated from a child to believe something, that's what you believe. But I will tell you this, whatever you believe, whatever you were taught when you were a child, if you have love burning in your heart when you believe that, when you're praying to that God, if you have love burning in your heart, then we are all connected to the same creator. We just call that creator something different. Now, with my faith, there's a certain thing that some of us wear in order to feel connected to our creator. And for me, mine is even deeper because of the priest that actually blessed this for me. And that priest is now my family member, is my wife's second cousin, who was the ring bearer at my in-laws' wedding. And Father Kevin was also the priest when I was 16 years old in New Canaan. And the only priest I've ever met in my life that I thought was holy, who had light shining out of him. And I lost track of him for 13 years. 12, 13 years. When I met my wife, we sat down and we talked about influences and people we looked up to, and I mentioned Father Kevin. And when she said, not Kevin Royal, yeah, Father Kevin Royal, that's my cousin. When I married my wife, Monsignor Kevin Royal married me to my wife. Monsignor Kevin Royal baptized my 3 children. Monsignor Royal, when I was 16 years old, baptized this cross. So I will wear it every day of my life because it's a connection to me and the Creator. And Monsignor Kevin, who was Father Kevin when I was a 16-year-old, and the one man in my existence that was a priest that I said, wow, that's a priest, that's a godly figure right there, made such an impact on me that I thought about him for 13 years. I talked to him about him to people. I talked to him about him to my wife the first time I met her and went out on a date as one of the influences in my life. You want to tell me God doesn't exist? You want to tell me there is no God? When as a 16-year-old, when we're all confused, when I'm trying to understand who God is, I meet a man named Father Kevin, who I say is connected to God. Could be the only thing I've ever seen connected to God at that age. Changes the trajectory of my life, only to find him again as a family member now. So, wear what you need to wear to connect to your Creator. Because it is what we all hope to go back to, is to truly connect to that essence, the beginning of it all, to this explosive moment that we're living in right here. There is a God. God is. And God is with us right here, right now. When 2 or more are gathered in my name, I am there with them. Well, we seem to have 2 or more here every night, don't we? And we're always living in the moment and shining love at each other and trying to lift each other up. So therefore, I believe God is the essence and the true motivation behind this show. I wouldn't be here to effect a positive change one person at a time unless I was doing the work of God. So, I know along with that mission and that message, it's going to be, dealing with the barrage of hate and persecution for having a belief in God, for having a belief that we don't come from apes and from freaking chimpanzees. I'm sorry, but that's just stupid. Humans evolve, yes. We've always evolved from whatever humans were at the very beginning, but we were never freaking chimpanzees. If you haven't yet, just do a quick Google search on this one, but Darwin was, I think, a pretty well-known Satanist. And if you wanted to break people away from the Lord and from God Almighty, a pretty good way to do that would say that you didn't have any meaning and you came from a freaking chimpanzee. It's just stupid, guys. Have you ever seen a human born of a chimpanzee? Oh, just this chimpanzee had a baby and one of the babies was a human. It's stupid. Humans have evolved. We were 7 different species here at the beginning, and we won. We killed off the other 6. And from there, we've thrived, but we never came from freaking apes and chimpanzees. And what's your background and expertise, Mark? I'm not stupid. I don't know. Evolution is real. It's just not the way they told you. It's just like we get more advanced and we can handle things differently through time based on generation and generation in and out, and not getting eaten by lions and figuring out how to survive hail and bad weather and all these things. It's happened over time. The survival of the fittest is real, but you don't come from an ape. We will become something else because of technology. And we'll get stronger and we'll get bigger, and that's happened through time. People used to be like 5'4", now they're 6 foot. Maybe it will be 7 foot in a couple hundred years. Who knows? But we don't go back to being chimpanzees and apes, or came from being chimpanzees and apes. So let's just, And if there's someone who wants to come in there and really explain to me how we did, and really explain how at some point a human being came out of a freaking bajaja of a chimpanzee, I gotta hear it. And at the same time, please explain to me how we had nothing, and then all of a sudden a freaking marble without any energy source at all explodes, and from that piece of dirt, marble, whatever the freak it was, you and I are here. And dinosaurs were here, and elephants, and ants, and rats, and whatever. Plants, all that stuff. It came out of a freaking big bang of a marble from energy that didn't exist into an expanse that didn't exist. And then all of a sudden we have this. Now we're alive. I'm breathing. And all of the anatomy, two guys, the anatomy came out of nowhere. Just like from a rock. Scientists, you believe that you came from a rock. Go ahead. I believe that there was an intelligence behind my design. The reason I know there is because my songs didn't come out of nowhere. There was an intelligence behind creating that music. You can't create perfection in a human form and just say it just came from nowhere. It came from a freaking chimpanzee. Darwin was a hack. That's how I feel. Darwin was a freaking hack. Get you away from God. Don't ever leave God. He's never left you. No matter how bad things get. He's waiting for you to come back. So, till tomorrow, when we do it all over again. And of course, I was supposed to go finish this up 40 minutes ago, and then I keep talking through it. Rantaroo. Sometimes you're ranting, and you're missing the whole point of having to get up in 3.5, 4 hours.
Building your online
drive to
business?
Jersey. Unreal. If you could give me a like and a share and a follow, leave a comment, all that good stuff, I really would appreciate that. Andrew Golden, my brother. Kill it and grill it. S. Coop, Tim Beers, Trish, Killian, Virginia, and we of Liberty and Freedom. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Remember, we do this every freaking night. Hopefully you guys agreed with what I was saying. I never know if what I'm saying is something you guys agree with, or if I'm just off the reservation with these thoughts. But I like to express myself, as you know, and hopefully you got that tonight. Anyway, I'm going to sleep. Jersey, a call's tomorrow. I'll see you, fam and friends. You got to go away. Until tomorrow, fam. Love you. You got to go.